What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be replacing the rear lower control arms on my first generation Honda CR-V with some Truhart billet polished. Not really polished, but they call it polished. I think it has a little bit left to be desired. But we're going to be installing these on the CR-V. Stay tuned, let's get to it. So on these Truhart arms, the main difference you're going to see is these have two bolt holes for the shock to mount to. One is for lifted position, and one is for lowered or stock position. So I'm going to go ahead and get these on. And like I said previously, they say they're polished, and I guess they are to an extent, but they really need some more polish rubbed on them. So we're going to take care of that, maybe not at this exact time, but we're going to get it taken care of. So I got these control arms from HondaResource.com myself, because I am a Truhart dealer, baby. We've got EK camber kits, we got the lifted front camber kit, we've got the lowered front camber kit. I've got a ton of Sankey 3.5 ball joints in stock for the first generation Honda CR-V. We've got some shift knobs from Hybrid. I've got some detent springs from Hybrid. This is for the EK, the lower brace. I can get wheels. We've got some Truhart lift coilovers for the first generation Honda CR-V. There's a ton of stuff that I carry, guys, and it's all on HondaResource.com. And if it's not on there, well, shoot me a message, Philip@thehondaresource.com, and let's see what we can help you out with. Like I said, I carry Truhart D2, Hybrid Racing, Skunk 2. There's so many brands that I carry, guys. Energy suspension. You see I got some rear diff bushings here that need to go on my CR-V. We'll get there eventually. Also, I got some JDM side markers ready to go. Rear disc brackets, got those in stock too. Check me out, HondaResource.com. So to begin this job, we gotta take the wheels off, because you have to get to this 14 right here. You know, maybe you could get it without taking the wheel off, but I'm gonna take the wheel off. So we got 3 14s we gotta take out, 1, 2, and 3. And then also we gotta take the sway bar link off. This one may be a little more difficult than the others because a lot of times it likes to spin. It does have a little Allen there in the center of it that you can hold it steady while you turn that nut. I would recommend spraying these in advance to be able to help get them off with problem free. Same thing on the passenger side here. Just 3 14s, and there's also a 14 on the sway bar link there. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get these wheels off and get to where we can start getting this control arm swapped out. This can be done on the ground too, but since I got a lift, it makes it easier. I got my 5mm grip edge socket on here, and it's like an Allen. It's kind of like a hybrid. It works on a lot of stuff, but it's 5mm. And then I'm just gonna hold it steady with a regular 14 boxed in wrench and get it off of there. So I was looking at the brackets here for the sway bar, and they're the same for both. So it doesn't matter which side they go on, the same. So let's go ahead and get it reinstalled. I am going to use all of the original hardware, even though it does come with new bolts. I will have to use the nuts out of this, but they should work on the original bolts, same thread pitch and all. I just like the flanged head bolts that are OEM better than these bolts that come with the Truhart. That's the only reason that I'm not using these because you see that they don't have a flange on here, basically like a washer. So I'm gonna put the original bolts on. And like I said, I'm going to reuse, or not reuse, but I'm going to use the nuts that come with the Truhart. All right, so I'm going to start by putting this outer on first. Let's see here. All right, now I have to, well, I can actually do it by hand. I was gonna say now I have to lift that up, but if you're having difficulties lifting that arm up into place, you can use a floor jack or something to pick it up. Or I have under lift jacks here that I could use if I needed to, and that's what I was about to go get, but it looks like I can just pick it up by hand and put it in there where it needs to be. And I'm gonna be using the outer most bolt hole. The one for the inner would be best for if you're doing lift kits. All right, I have to say that I got to use this bolt that came with it, and I'll show you why. So like I said, I was going to try to reuse the OEM bolt, but if you look, really no threads protruding there. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this bolt because you can see how much threads protrude there. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, one thing's for sure, whenever you're installing these, you want to not tighten them all the way down while it's in the air. You want to set it on the ground to make sure the bushings are not preloaded. All right. So once you set it down and get settled, then tighten them down the rest of the way. I mean, when I say not tighten down all the way, you can just get it to where they are barely loose and they should be fine, and where that bushing can still turn, because you don't want that bushing to be in a bind at rest. That's not what you want, because that's just going to cause early fatigue and premature wear on your bushings. So I'm just going to kind of get my bolts in there and kind of started, and then once it's set on the ground, we'll fully tighten them. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and tighten up the sway bar link 100% because that's not going to change as far as bushings go. All right, on to the next side. All right, so I got both of those on now. Like I said, the bolts are not tight, so I got to let it down, set it on the ground, and then tighten them. But that's pretty much that. I did get the sway bars tight on both sides. Got the wheel back on. See the rear disc back there? If you're interested in doing rear disc brakes, I have a video for doing that up here, and I sell the conversion brackets along with the bolts. Makes it super easy to bolt on. It comes with all the instructions, tells you exactly what parts you need and all that kind of stuff. So check that out. I'll put the link in the description for the rear disc brackets as well, and I'll put a link in the description for these control arms too, if you decide you want to go with some Truhart lower control arms. Be glad to help you out. And just because you watch this video, I'll give you 5% off of your purchase on the website. All you gotta do is use the discount code YouTube5, YOUTUBE 5, and it'll give you 5% off of your order on HondaResource.com. Again, if you're interested in some lower control arms or any other Truhart stuff or anything for your CR-V, from hybrid or DC Sports or any of that, Cusco, whatever, hit me up, HondaResource.com, or send me an email to philip@thehondaresource.com if you need something that's not listed. And we'll see you then. Peace.